Chapter 17. There was also a lot for the tribe of Manasseh, for he was the firstborn of Joseph, to wit, for Machir the firstborn of Manasseh, the father of Gilead, because he was a man of war. Therefore he had Gilead and Bashan. There was also a lot for the rest of the children of Manasseh by their families, for the children of Abiezar, and for the children of Helek, and for the children of Azriel, and for the children of Shechem, and for the children of Hepher, and for the children of Shemida. These were the male children of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, by their families. But Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, had no sons, but daughters, and these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, and Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. And they came near before Eleazar the priest, and before Joshua the son of Nun, and before the princes, saying, The Lord commanded Moses to give us an inheritance among our brethren. Therefore, according to the commandment of the Lord, he gave them an inheritance among the brethren of their father. And there fell 10 portions of Manasseh beside the land of Gilead and Bashan, which were on the other side Jordan, because the daughters of Manasseh had an inheritance among his sons, and the rest of Manasseh's sons had the land of Gilead. And the coast of Manasseh was from Asher to Michmethah, that lieth before Shechem, and the border went along on the right hand unto the inhabitants of En-Tappuah. Now Manasseh had the land of Tappuah, but Tappuah on the border of Manasseh belonged to the children of Ephraim, and the coast descended unto the river Cana, southward of the river. These cities of Ephraim are among the cities of Manasseh. The coast of Manasseh also was on the north side of the river, and the outgoings of it were at the sea. Southward it was Ephraim's, and northward it was Manasseh's. And the sea is his border, and they met together in Asher on the north, and Issachar on the east. And Manasseh had in Issachar and in Asher Bethshean and her towns, and Ibleam and her towns, and the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Endor and her towns, and the inhabitants of Tanakh and her towns, and the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, even 3 countries. Yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of those cities, but the Canaanites that would dwell in that land. Yet it came to pass, when the children of Israel were waxen strong, that they put the Canaanites to tribute, but did not utterly drive them out. And the children of Joseph spake unto Joshua, saying, Why hast thou given me but one lot, and one portion to inherit, seeing I am a great people? Forasmuch as the Lord has blessed me hitherto. And Joshua answered them, If thou be a great people, then get thee up to the wood country, and cut down for thyself, there in the land of the Perizzites and of the giants, if Mount Ephraim be too narrow for thee. And the children of Joseph said, The hill is not enough for us, and all the Canaanites that dwell in the land of the valley have chariots of iron, both they who are of Bethshean and her towns, and they who are of the valley of Jezreel. And Joshua spake unto the house of Joseph, even to Ephraim and Manasseh, saying, Thou art a great people, and hast great power. Thou shalt not have one lot only, but the mountain shall be thine, for it is a wood, and thou shalt cut it down, and the outgoings of it shall be thine, for thou shalt drive out the Canaanites, though they have iron chariots, and though they be strong. Here we see some indication of family politics, and a little whining and complaining, and as so often happens, people not satisfied with what they get because they don't want to actually have to work for anything that they get. In the early part of the chapter, there's how things are divided off between Manasseh and Ephraim and what the divisions are. But then we come to the spot where the half tribe of Manasseh, which has an inheritance in Israel proper, along with the tribe of Ephraim, decide that the property that they've got, the inheritance that they have got, isn't enough for them because they are a great people. Now, Judah was the most numerous, and they have the area to the furthest south. And Ephraim and Manasseh have the middle area, part of which we would probably have called Samaria. And they go to Joshua, who is also an Ephraimite. and was probably the prince, the head patriarch of all of Ephraim, and said unto him, "Hey, how come you only gave us one lot here? We're a great people, and we need more than this." Now the point is, Joshua knew that the land had been portioned out, and this land was considered to be quite sufficient for Ephraim and Manasseh if they would get rid of the Canaanites that were there. But it appears as though Manasseh and Ephraim wanted a place that was big enough so they didn't actually have to do any of the combat or the wars against the Canaanites. They just wanted a place to go in and settle. Now, the reason that was a problem was that they had not done what they were supposed to do, which was clear out all of these morally corrupted, depraved individuals and tribes and cities. All they had in each of these territories was a foothold. And so the Hebrews could go into the place, into their inheritance, but there were still people that were there. And all the land was not available for them to farm. All the land was not available. Just a portion of it was. And these people from half the tribe of Manasseh and the tribe of Ephraim said, "No, this isn't enough for us." And then we see Joshua, and he basically said, "Hey, if you guys are such big shots, if you think you're really such a great nation, then you've got the power to go and clear out these other areas and take those over." And the people from Manasseh and Ephraim complain that the people they're supposed to fight have got horses and chariots. And Joshua says to them, doesn't make any difference if they do. And lets them know that as far as he's concerned, if they live righteously, God will help them and they will be able to do it. And if they're a mighty people, they would be able to do it all by themselves. And if they had really tried hard, they could have done it already, probably. So it's kind of interesting to see that Joshua recognizes that the people didn't do everything they could. And when they come to complain to him, he's not prepared to accept their whining and complaints. He says, you had a job to do. Now it's time to finish the job. And you want to have more territory? You can have all the territory you want. It's all waiting for you to finish the job we came here to do. Pretty good guy.